All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. And remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. And today, I have a very special guest for you. Let me give you a couple of words about my guest. Celebrity, business, lifestyle, pets. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from New Jersey, give it up for Miss Barbara Clark-Ruiz. How are you?
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing awesome.
All right. So let's just get right into it, all right? I was looking through your bio, and the main thing that pops off is you are a former designer director for tennis superstar, tennis superstar Venus Williams, I'm sorry. Can you just give us a little insight on what a design director is?
So as a design director, I am that person who decides based on trend or what my designer instincts are saying to me is happening trend-wise, that I present it to the decision makers in companies and with support. Obviously, it's usually imagery, it's usually something to be able to support my proposition. And that is all based around fashion trend. So I am that person who understands what the trends are, and I will take that information and facilitate it based on the brand that I happen to be working for. So I am directing the trend direction for that particular brand.
Okay, all right. So, well, definitely now in this day and age now where everything's a style. So, they have, the shoes, you have the tennis balls, you have the racket, you have the bag. So some of everything, these days, the styles, the trends in tennis, especially in sports period. Like, I think sports is becoming more fashion conscious. So, okay, all right.
Design activewear. I design the apparel that people exercise in. I don't do footwear. I don't do accessories, although I could do accessories. I strictly do men's and women's activewear apparel, swim, ski, intimates. I do a lot for men's, women, girls, boys, infant, toddler, girls and boys. I cover about 6 segments business.
Okay, all right. Okay, there you are. Athletic wear and, trendy, stylish. We love it. Okay. So, Barbara, let's talk about your dog lifestyle brand. All right. Where did the idea to start a dog lifestyle brand come from?
Yeah, so I've always had a love for dogs, and I've started my brand about 3.5 years ago, which during that time I was working with Venus, okay. And I was busy, incredibly busy, and I would make my dog their treats, because whenever I would buy them dog treats from the store, they would always throw up. I mean, my dogs are like 2 and 3 pounds, right? They're really small dogs, and so and nobody likes to clean up puke. I can tell you the reason why people don't change dog food and dog treats is because nobody wants to be cleaning up poop, right?
Right. True. Now, that is true. That is true.
Or your dog throwing up. Nobody wants to clean that up. So if you find something that works, talk about brand loyalty, that's where you can find it, right? Especially if the dogs love it. People are just so loyal to what their dogs, enjoy. And, oftentimes they'll buy for their dogs, just like they'll buy for their kids. And it's a sacrifice to them sometimes. But, I started the brand based on that. And then I realized that I was really busy. I'm like, how do I make this easier, right? And I really started to think about, I wanted something that I could understand as a consumer. I really put myself in that position, which is what I do when I work with brands. I have to think like the consumer. And so it's funny because while I was making dog treats for my dogs, I just happened to bring this up to Venus one day, right? And, she and I worked together for 4.5 years, and she is just as awesome as you think she is, and then some. She is one of the nicest people that I know.
Yes.
And it's always great when you can say that about a celebrity, but she truly is such an incredible incredible person. And so I'm so grateful and feel incredibly blessed to have had that opportunity to sort of breathe her air for 4.5 years.
Yes.
But, but I remember, just when you have that level of success, you got there somehow. There's some discipline. There's a lot of discipline that's involved with that. And I just wanted to, make sure I'm asking the right questions, like just getting those jewels and just kind of implanting them in my spirit. And I remember I said to her one day, first I said it to myself, okay, one day I'm going to start a dog tree company, right? And that's when you plant that seed in your mind. And so I happened to be talking to her one day, and she loves dogs like me. Okay. And her dog Harriet, that's like her son. And so I was like, yeah, Venus, I'm thinking about starting a dog tree company. She said, you should do it. I was like, really? Okay. So then she gave me the seal of approval, right? So now I'm like, okay, I should do this. Right. And then that's when I really started to think through these products that I'm offering, and how do I find something that's going to be easy for a consumer to understand, and have it be premium, right? Because I'm not giving anybody any garbage that my dogs wouldn't eat. My dogs don't eat garbage. And even still, like I cook for my dogs every day. Okay. And so I landed on like freeze-dried beef liver and chicken liver because people understand meat, and it's just a piece of freeze-dried beef and chicken. And I found one of the best suppliers to supply my products. And it's so funny to me because I always get these love letters from my customers, and they're like, look, I don't know what you put in these dog treats, but it's like dog crack. I can get my dog to do anything. It's funny, I got a text today that was so hilarious. And she was like, my dog never listens, but let me open up a bag of Licky Silly treats. My dog will do anything I say.
There's your commercial right there. They're giving you free advertising. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
So that was really why I started it. And then once I decided I was going to do it, I said, you know what, I want to build a dog treat that's based on love and kindness, right? Because there's not enough of that. I want to figure out, like, how do I get pet owners to do some good in the universe, right? Because you hear about brands, that encourage, like, philanthropic efforts and stuff like that. And we do give a portion of our proceeds to various charities. But, I created this initiative called Lick Silly with Kindness, right? Because one of my favorite things that I like to do before COVID is I would go into my local Starbucks and I would start the chain, right? So I would pay for the person behind me, and then they would pay for the person behind me. It was just like something fun, and I would give the barista my phone number. I was like, text me and let me know how many customers that this, that did this. And it was just something just to, I was just kind of curious to see, the human spirit, right? And so I have this initiative called Lick Silly with Kindness. Okay. And when you get one of these cards in your bag of dog treats, you get a free bag of treats, but the owner has to go and do a random act of kindness and tell us about it on social media. Oh. So it's, it's just fun. And, with COVID right now, it's kind of tough, for people to be able to do that. So now I have other things up my sleeve.
She's a businesswoman, y'all. She's thinking of these plans. And I think that's very genius of you to actually have it where the dog gets the treat, but the owner actually has to go out and actually do the work, So
right.
It's very, very smart. So let me just ask you, like, you were talking about healthy lifestyles and how you cook for your dogs, and you don't want to give your dogs just anything. Especially in this day and age when we're talking about eating healthy and being healthy. Like, how can you encourage, more pet owners, especially dog owners, to have a healthier lifestyle for their pet?
Well, I mean, I think that, what I'm finding out too, there's a lot of dogs that have allergies. Like, there are a lot of people who have to deal with dog allergies. And I didn't know that some dogs were allergic to chicken.
Really?
I was surprised. I know, right? I was really surprised to hear that. So, but there's a trend now that more pet owners want to give their dogs more human grade food. Like, our dog treats are human grade beef and chicken liver because the primary parts of the meat is sold to grocery stores like Whole Foods. So that's part of the reason why it's really expensive, because, if you buy a steak from Whole Foods, it's going to cost you more than if you buy a steak from the food town, right? There's a difference.
Wherever, right.
So, but there are a lot of companies now that are, making, usually using human grade ingredients that you can get as like mail order. So I haven't subscribed to any of those yet, just because my dogs are like 1 and 2 pounds. So I would be wasting money if I got something like that, because since it is human grade, it has an expiration date. So it's just easier for me to just, put some veggies together with some chicken or beef and, and give it to my dogs, a little brown rice, and they love it.
Man, that sounds great. Hey, you know what? Your dogs are eating better than some humans. Trust me, they're eating better. They're eating better. And I mean, these are humans with jobs. I'm not talking about any.
Also, you don't want your dog to get sick either, because unless you have pet insurance, it's really expensive.
That's true. And
that's a reason why you need to be feeding your dog some good quality food.
And I think that's a very key thing, because to take the dog to the vet, it's a lot of money. And depending on what the issue is with the dog, especially if it's like intestinal or what have you, there's going to be a lot more money. So the name of the company is Lick You Silly.
Lick You Silly Pet Products.
Oh,
you want to put pet products on there.
Okay. Lick You Silly Pet Products. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. Okay.
You don't want to put a question mark after Lick You Silly.
No. I don't. Thank you. Lick You Silly Pet Products. Okay. What are some of the other products that you offer, and where can we get those?
So we do. I got some stuff here.
Yes.
Sure.
So
this is one of our new products. This is called our Nutter Doodles, and this is a peanut butter and honey treat. And it tastes like it smells like an oatmeal cookie. So
wow.
This one we just introduced. It's like we just put this on Amazon. I don't even know if it's live yet, but this is on Amazon. But you can find this on our website, lickyousillypetproducts.com.
Mm-hmm.
We also have this product on Walmart.com too. We just put it up there. We got into Walmart probably about 6 weeks ago. We were selected as a part of their open call, and there were 8,500 companies that applied for open call. They picked 150, and we were one of 150. And I'm just so elated and excited about that, because when we did our initial, meet and greet over Zoom, they said to us, there were some people that were saying, man, I've been trying to get in Walmart for like 7 years. I've been trying to get in Walmart for 5 years. And I'm like, wow. I know, having worked at Walmart, how hard that is. And I did it. I just said, you know what? All they can do is say no. This isn't going to be a situation where it's a homemade hookup. This is going to be a situation whether my product is right for their shelves or not, because Walmart doesn't work like that. So we got in, and we're on the .com, Walmart.com. We only have 2 products there. We have our, this is our 4-ounce beef liver, and then we have our 3-ounce chicken liver.
Ooh,
and we have our Nutter Doodles on Walmart, and we also have this product. This is fairly new. We actually sell a lot of this. This is called our Yum Boost, and I created this and it's like our beef and chicken. And basically, what it is when we get to the bottom of our bag with our freeze-dried beef liver and chicken liver, there's all of this, dust, right? There's a name for it. It's almost like, when you get to the bottom of your cereal and all the good sugar.
Yeah.
So we actually take that and we grind it up into a powder form. And you can sprinkle it on your dog's food. And, a lot of people, we sell a lot of this because there's a lot of picky dog eaters out there. And I like to think of it as, putting M&Ms on spinach, right, to get your dogs to eat. So, and it works. I mean, we get like tons and tons of reorders for this product.
Wow.
Yeah, and it comes in various sizes, and you can just, check out our website, and we're also on Amazon. We sell our 8-ounce bag on Amazon. We sell our 8-ounce beef liver and our 8-ounce chicken liver. Those are on Amazon.
Businesswoman here, y'all. I'm telling you, the mind. She has the mindset. If you have the mindset, you too can sit where she is and have your product in Walmart as well. It's
a lot of work, but I can't tell you how rewarding it is. Like I've worked for a lot of big brands, the Nikes and the Adidas of the world. And I loved my work, when I was there, and that was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But there is just something about when you are up at night trying to create, you're trying to noodle around in your head. There's something you want to do. And trust me, everybody has something that they want to do, that they have been thinking about it. Like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. I don't know how to do it. And I just say, you know what? There is something so fulfilling, as tough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
There is something so incredibly fulfilling about being able to create something and have people love it and come back and enjoy it. And, I was, and every day it's like, I just get just a little bit more encouragement, because I have those days like, I mean, come on. Dog trees bar, you went from activewear to dog trees. I mean, really, why don't you just go back and work in corporate America? And, and it's funny because at one point I did, right? I was working for a company for about 2.5 years. And when COVID happened, they closed the office. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to focus on my dog trees. And it was funny, I had gotten a really big order that canceled. And when the world shut down, I had my office full of dog treats, and we became an essential product on Amazon. And I'm gonna tell you, God's blessings are abundant, because we would have not had product to sell if it had not been for that.
So, but that only goes into how prepared you were already for, the situation.
That's the blessing in it. I like in my mind, I feel like I'm always prepared. And you're like, I don't know if I was prepared for that one. like I had a company contact me, and they're like, hey, can we get 16,000 bags of your dog treats? And I'm like, when you need them.
Sure.
I didn't know I was prepared, but I'm telling you, God is good, because we became an essential product, and we flew out all of that product in probably like 2 months time, I think. And we had to reorder. So by that time, the world was sort of, starting to understand this pandemic, and we were able to get in some more products. And, my chicken supplier was like, I can't supply any more chicken. So I had to go find another supplier, like right in the middle of it. And I mean, it was crazy.
So, you just hit on something, and, I'm just going to ask this question. As a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, sometimes you do run into those obstacles where, hey, the person that you normally go to for something, they're not around, or they may not have anything, or they may be out of business, or what have you. In your mind, what is one of the pitfalls that new business owners may make when they're starting up a business?
Yeah, I think there are a number of things that can happen in business. I think just being ready, just understanding, like for me, that taught me to have a backup, right? So now I have 2 companies that I've already vetted, that I'm able to get either of my products from if I needed to. So, and I feel good about that. And aside from that, that is probably, I get my bags printed in China. Of course, tariffs have gone up quite a bit, bringing products into the US. Now, I tried to find a bag supplier here, but the minimum orders were too expensive for me as a startup. I had to buy 7,000 bags. I'm like, where am I going to put 7,000 bags? So I ended up just going back to my supplier in the US, and I just negotiated, some lower prices. And I found shipping, not from my supplier, but I found another shipper here in the US that could bring my products here. So it just took a little bit of work to figure out, like, where do I cut costs? How do I cut costs? Because my products are already expensive enough. Like an 8-ounce bag of dog treats is already $29. There's just no way I can add one more penny on that, right? So I just figured out ways that I can cut costs. And, I take a little bit less in terms of my markup. But, if you're taking a little bit less, but you're selling twice as much product, then, it kind of pans out, for example.
Okay. All right. Businesswoman, getting it done, man. Alternative solutions to, issues that may, come about. She gets it done. So, Miss Barbara Clark-Ruiz, we have come to the last question. The question that my show is known for. So I'm going to ask you, what is the one word that best describes you and why?
The word I think that describes me best is determined. Like, I am determined to make this brand into a household brand that people can fall in love with. They're happy with the products. They love the quality. They love what our company stands for, what we do, throughout communities and, giving to various, shelters to be able to help dogs. And I am so determined to make this happen because I've worked with so many brands and I've made them so much money. I can't even tell you how much money I have made for these companies. Like, just before, my office closed for COVID, in March, I helped to close a $3 million deal. And I'm like, I've made so much money for people. Like, I feel like I owe it to myself to do it for me, and then do some good from the money, from the blessings that I've been given. I really want to do some good, and I try to put my best foot forward at all times. And I try to help people and give as much advice as I can. The journey hasn't been easy, but if I can help somebody else on their journey to keep them from making the same mistakes, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm going to give you two words. I normally give one word, but I'm going to give you two words. Smart passion. Because you are passionate about animals, and all this started from your love of animals. And here we are today. You're sitting, in Walmart, you have these deals going on, you have stuff on Amazon. Yeah, you got a call, hey, I need X amount of thousands of pounds of, these treats and dog food. And, you go from this end all the way here, so that's smart. And you were passionate about it. So that has led you here. And I thank you for being a guest on my show today. If anybody wanted to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you?
My Instagram, Barbara Clark-Ruiz, or Lick You Silly Yum Yum. That's our Instagram for Lick You Silly. And my website, bcswirl.com. That's my design website. You can always get in contact with me there. But social media is the best way. I'm on Facebook too. Just send me a message.
All right.
I get a lot of weird messages from people. I mean, especially from guys, they love to email me and wanting to know if I'm married and stuff. And I'm I'm married 31 years in 2 weeks.
Fellas, stay out of the DMs. Business only. If you're going to email, make it about business only. That's the first rule of business. There you go.
I'm on LinkedIn too. You can find me on LinkedIn. That's a good way to reach me too.
All right. So I thank you for being my guest today. And man, you can find me, Ty Brownlow, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Work with Ty Brownlow. You can follow me on Twitter at Ty Brownlow TV, or you can just go to my website, tybrownlow.com, get this interview plus other great interviews. And man, I thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
All right. This is Work with Ty Brownlow, everybody. We out. Peace.